Today, on Be Something Wonderful, she manifested her SP when she gave up waiting for him to show up. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. Big video this morning. It's actually not the video or the subject that I planned on covering, but because there's been some questions on waiting, not only on the channel, there are a few questions from subscribers on the channel, but also in some of my sessions that I wanted to talk about a session that I had actually a few days ago that is about waiting and even about deadlines, about releasing the idea of waiting and releasing the idea of deadlines. And I've included a playlist on waiting and deadlines, a new playlist in the description, so you can watch that. I wasn't really going to do a video on waiting and deadlines because I've just done recent videos on this. But this is a cool story of this particular client who was waiting to meet an SP, but with the combination of a deadline of a wedding coming up. And so she wanted to meet someone that she could go to the wedding with, but not just any old date. She wanted to meet someone that she cared for, that she was in a relationship with. So she put this pressure on herself, right? To think about this. Waiting to meet somebody, first of all. She was in a state of waiting, right? Imagining meeting somebody. And there was a deadline that she wanted to meet someone before this particular wedding so she could go with him to the wedding. I'm going to cover all of this today and more, but mostly about waiting. That's what this video is about, because this is where the questions came up. Remember, waiting implies non-fulfillment. I think some of you are asking, it's very close to allowing reality to unfold, or allowing the manifestation to unfold. They're not even close. They're different states of being, right? Expecting fulfillment as source of your reality is a different state of being than waiting for something to be fulfilled. One is a state of absolute fulfillment and knowing as source. The other is a state of lack, believing you're missing something. And it implies fulfillment in the future. So if you're waiting for something to manifest, you're creating a reality of waiting, where fulfillment and the manifestation are in the future. You're creating that it's always out of reach. Remember, what is waiting? It's waiting for something to happen in the future. It means it didn't happen yet. So, and remember, non-fulfillment only happens now. It doesn't happen in the future, right? You're creating a state of waiting where it's always just out of reach, or it wouldn't be waiting. Do you see it? If you're trying to manifest before a deadline, you're creating a reality of a deadline that must be missed, or else it wouldn't be a deadline. Both of those cases, you're creating the waiting, you're creating the deadline. You're creating that reality. Do you see it? Otherwise, it wouldn't be waiting and it wouldn't be a deadline, right? Both are states of being implying non-fulfillment right now, right? Waiting for something to happen in the future means it always has to be in the future. Otherwise, you wouldn't be waiting. Trying to manifest something before a deadline implies you're putting the deadline there. It means you're creating a reality where a deadline exists, and a deadline means that you miss it. That's what a deadline means. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a deadline. I put links to videos where I've unpacked these ideas in a lot of detail. I want to hit it from a different direction today, from this particular direction with this client. Let's see here. And let's see if we get this. Yeah, this is sticking. Yes, there it is. So this particular client said, this was a cool session that I had a few days ago. And again, I wasn't going to actually create a lesson around it, even though it's a cool story, because we've already talked about waiting in many different ways. But I thought I'd hit it again because there were some recent questions where one of you were saying that waiting is dangerously close to allowing. Not even close. Different states of being, right? She gave up waiting and manifested a date to the wedding. Actually, she didn't manifest a date to the wedding. She manifested a date at the wedding. I really want to hit this, right? Because when she gave up waiting and released the deadline, then there were no pressures anymore. Her wish was, she was fulfilled in that moment and now. And she met somebody at the wedding. And even one of her imaginal scenes, she said even one of her imaginal scenes played out. She had a few. And one was that she likes her date, the idea that her date, if she always gets cold in air-conditioned rooms. And she likes it when her date or that special someone puts their jacket over her shoulders. That scene played out, but it didn't play out from meeting someone before the wedding, right? She gave up waiting. She gave up waiting to meet someone. She gave up the idea that she has to meet someone before the deadline. And then she met someone at the wedding. She went anyway. She went alone, right? She didn't, remember, it implied that, and that scene played out, one of her scenes played out of him putting her jacket on her shoulders because it was cold in the room. And so she gave up waiting and manifested a date at the wedding. And actually left with a date, left with her SP at the wedding. That's the cool thing about this story. Remember, waiting is not allowing. Those are two different states of being. What she did is she moved to a state of allowing, a state that she's already fulfilled, that she needs to wait for nothing, that deadline doesn't exist, right? That she was putting the deadline there, that she was creating the idea of an SP being in the future. Do you see it? So remember, here you are in that linear horizontal experience, creating the idea that you'll meet someone or your wish will be fulfilled in the future. And you're here waiting, somehow deeming the present moment not good enough. I still haven't met somebody. Creating a past where you didn't meet anybody. You waited in the past, you're still waiting in the present. And in the future, that's when you believe you'll be fulfilled. You see it? There's a waiting playlist. I call it the waiting and deadline playlist. That's for you to view. Remember, waiting is a state of being that creates a reality of fulfillment in the future. In other words, it creates a state of being of non-fulfillment right now, where fulfillment's in the future. Right? Waiting is a state of consciousness of non-fulfillment, as well as believing in a deadline. It's a state of non-fulfillment right now as you believe a deadline's looming. This isn't about deadlines today. There is a video on that you can cover that. This is really about waiting, because that was her dominant state of being. Waiting for her life to change, waiting for something to be different, right? Waiting to be able to go to a wedding where she was with someone that was special to her. So an SP, a person that she really wanted to be with, not just to take somebody to the wedding. This is all what I wanted to go over today. So everything that happened, is happening, and will be happening is happening right now. It's happening right now. Remember, God knows nothing about time. God knows nothing about non-fulfillment. Fulfillment is right here and right now, or it doesn't exist at all. And non-existence is impossible, as I've covered in many videos. Right? Remember, nothing happens in the past or the future. I am is now. All that is now. Reality is now. God is now. So hear this. Waiting implies I am not. It implies non-existence. Or in other words, what you desire doesn't exist, and that's impossible. That's what waiting applies. That's not a state of allowing. When we talk about allowing, we're talking about expecting it to unfold, expecting things to unfold in the present moment as the source, as the one and only source of your reality. Waiting implies a second source, a second cause, something outside of you that you're waiting for to fulfill your desire. Do you see the difference? It's a big difference. I want to hit this today because this is what she did. She just gave up waiting, and her wish was fulfilled, right? And one of her imaginal scenes did play out. It was beautiful. When you're waiting, you're implying that somehow God, all that is, the present moment, is not good enough. That's what you're saying. It's just not good enough. I'm not good enough is what you're really saying. This is the whole argument of worthiness. Right? So regretting or reminiscing about the past or waiting or hoping for a better future implies lack and separation right now, that you can't access either one. When you're waiting for a better future, or you're believing or even reminiscing about a past, you're just saying that you can't access either one. That's in the past and this is in the future, right? You're just waiting for things to change. In the present moment, in the now, you have access to all time. You can summon all power in all time in the present moment. That's where your power is. God is only right now. All that power is only right now. It's not in the future and it's not in the past. Before Abraham, I am. Before time and space, I am. Before any of these conditions that you're seeing around you, I am. So I wanted to start there today. Remember, waiting implies that you have better things to do. I've hit this in a few videos. You're going to see some similarities in some of these videos in the playlist. Waiting implies that you have better things to do or places to go than feeling. I've said this before in a few videos. You have better things to do or places to go than feeling the absolute and all power of Source or God flowing through you as you right now. Do you hear this? This is something that Abraham Hicks would say at times, right? And this is what you're believing. You're believing there's something better to do or something better for you than all Source energy, than all that power of Source or God flowing through you as you right now, right? Waiting is resisting the present moment. Do you see it? Waiting is resisting. Waiting is a state of being. And you and God only exist in the present moment. So waiting is resisting the present moment. It's denying the present moment. It's rejecting the present moment, right? Resisting, rejecting, denying the present moment. And you and God only exist in the present moment. So when you're waiting, you're resisting. You're denying, you're contradicting God, or you're contradicting who you are. Your true nature, your name, I am. You're saying I am not. You're denying it, you're resisting it, you're contradicting. You're creating and manifesting an immediate life experience of I am not right now. You're creating an immediate life experience of non-fulfillment. That's the difference, right? Expecting from that knowing that you are the one and only source of your reality is being fulfilled right now. That's the knowing that you are complete and that it is unfolding in time, right? Because it unfolds in time because what is change in the changeless reality? We call that time. Change in the changeless reality is time. So let's hit it. Remember, allowing, on the other hand, is expecting absolute and total fulfillment as source of your reality. Waiting implies an outside source or second cause. Total fulfillment right now. And as it unfolds in 3D reality, seeing that unfold in 3D reality. Waiting implies an outside source or a second cause or second causes, right? Time, remember, equals change in that changeless reality. That's what time is. Time is change. So waiting implies that you haven't changed. Do you see this? If time equals change in that changeless reality, waiting implies that you haven't changed. You're still the old version of you waiting for the script to change, waiting for something to change. You're not conscious of being that person for whom and through whom that reality is already real. That's big. You are changing into the same or similar unfulfilled version of you in time. So you're always changing, but you're changing into that same or similar version of you in time. You're waiting for something to change out there. So you just keep creating a perpetual reality that it's in the future. You keep recreating or keep creating a version of you that's waiting, that's not fulfilled. You keep moving to unfavorable lifelines where you're waiting for things, and non-fulfillment is right now, right? You're perpetually non-fulfilled as you wait. So remember, this is different. So as opposed to, as we talked about, let's see if I can get this, here, believing in this linear horizontal experience of just being unhappy and waiting, believing in deadlines and waiting for things. And remember, that is a state of being, of non-fulfillment. Move here, where you're in the vertical, where you're expecting things to unfold for you from as source, from that vertical. You allow fulfillment. You expect fulfillment. It's a vertical experience versus a horizontal and linear experience. Here you are. As you do that, look what happens. This horizontal experience turns into a vertical experience. That past frame, or whatever you think is the past, moves into the vertical, moves into the now moment. That future moves into the now moment. All frames superimpose one over the other. And you're seeing out to that vantage point of who you are now, that higher you, that ideal you, where all realities superimpose one over the other. As you look out from that state of being absolutely fulfilled, that supernatural, that multidimensional being, you go vertical. Do you see what happens? Everything comes together. All power, all realities, all versions of you come together to a certain vantage point. And you're seeing out through the eyes of that infinite you, that you already have everything, and that it's all unfolding because you say so, because you assume it. Right? When you assume it's unfolding, period. Do you see that? That's a beautiful depiction of what happens. Do you see that you go vertical? All these come together, and there you are looking out from fulfillment, expecting fulfillment, allowing fulfillment. That's the difference, right? That's big today. Love this one. So I've been waiting. I just want to see this, guys. This is it. This is it. I'm just telling you. So I've been waiting a long time. I've been trying to manifest this a long time. I've been on this journey of healing a long time. All of that implies getting healed or whole or fulfilled in linear time, where it doesn't exist. It's either here and now, the healing, the fulfillment, the wholeness, the unity, or it's not at all, right? Or it doesn't exist at all. And non-existence is impossible. There's only this. Whew. That's powerful today. You're not evolving in a linear fashion. You're not evolving in linear time. We think we are, right? You're already a fully evolved divine being choosing what part of your evolution you want to know or to know experientially now. What part of your evolution do you want to experience now? What part of yourself do you want to know that you already know experientially now? Because that's what you're doing. Creation is finished, but it's also at the same time expanding. Otherwise, it wouldn't be infinity. It wouldn't be God. It wouldn't be that one unity. That's what it means to be unlimited and infinite. Unlimited and infinite means it's complete. It's whole, but it's also expanding at the same time. That's the paradox. You're a reality generator. In every moment of time, with your assumptions, beliefs, state of being, what you're conscious of, you are creating new realities. You're sending out waves and ripples of realities, of new ones. You're expanding all that is, right? In every moment. The question is, what's your experience of that? Is the experience a shrinking you or an expanding you? Right? You get to determine that. That's powerful. So, and I've talked about this. I just wanted to represent that idea that linear time, our experience is not linear. It's not this river going from the past, present, and the future, where the past is no longer accessible, where we're unfulfilled in the present and where we're hoping for good things in the future. Reality or time is not like a river going from past to present to future, where the past causes the present and the present causes the future. You create the past, present, and future, all of it, right now from the center of reality, from the center of God consciousness. You are sending out ripples of timelines, of realities, of scripts, of new realities constantly being created in every moment of now. Linear time and the continuity of reality doesn't exist. Right? We think time, there's a continuity to time, there's a continuity to conditions. You're creating entirely new conditions, entirely new realities in every moment of time. Your assumptions, your beliefs, your thoughts, your state of being sends out ripples of new realities, past, present, and future, right now. But it's all happening right now. Now is the moment where all moments, in all time, in all realities, in all versions of you exist, superimposed one over the other, creating a unique vantage point that you call the 3D experience. That's powerful. Just like that diagram that I showed you a little bit ago, right? Now is the moment where all moments and all time and all realities and all versions of you exist, superimposed one over the other, creating a unique vantage point that you call the 3D experience. I want to show this again. See if I can find this. That here, you are creating that unique experience. Now is the moment where all moments, all time, all realities, all versions of you exist, superimposed one over the other, creating a unique point, a vantage point that you call the 3D experience. But you're seeing out through all versions of you in that vertical. That's powerful. So your wishes are only fulfilled right now. Your dreams can only come true right now. There's nothing gained or lost, setbacks and comebacks in time. There's no setbacks or comebacks. There's nothing gained or lost in time. It's all happening right now. There's only now where you have a complete clean slate as I am, right? To create, to manifest and experience your ideal reality. Don't wait for it. Expect it as the one and only source of your reality right now. That's what we mean. Your wishes can only be fulfilled now. Your dreams can only come true right now. There's nothing gained or lost ever. There are no setbacks or comebacks. There's nothing to regret. There's nothing to hope for. It's all happening right now. There's only now where you have a complete clean slate as I am to create, manifest, and experience your ideal reality. Do you see it? Manifest it. Remember, it's not that hope is a bad idea. Hope is good, but the only way hope works is that you know that it's already there. You've already created it. That's why you can hope for it. Right? It's already within you. She manifested her SB when she gave up waiting for him to show up. And of course, he showed up. She had the ideal date. Everything unfolded just as she imagined, just as she wanted it when she gave up waiting for it. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on the videos. Thank you for being a part of our Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. Thank you for joining our membership channel if you're a member. If you haven't, check it out. There's a link below. We just did a powerful, nearly 50-minute live stream where I'm getting a lot of feedback where they loved it and a lot of questions were answered. We had a lot of fun. There'll be more live streams coming and also more content coming on another video coming for the membership channel. There's a link below. Also, join us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin. Or creators, just go to our website anytime for all that content and more at tomkearin.com or besomethingwonderful.com. Until next time, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom coming to you from the studios of Be Something Wonderful in Las Vegas. We'll see you soon.